Well, I just finished ATONE, which is it's billed as the Christian Die Hard, and it was bad. It was bad in a frustrating way because there were parts of it that were good. Um, the main, like the Hans character, the main bad guy was Mr. White or White because they all had different colored masks, and he was wanting to get revenge on the mega church pastor and expose him as a hypocrite because apparently he lived in a mansion and had a Bentley and had a bunch of mistresses and paid for it all the church money and blah blah blah. Actually, again, something I'm not unsympathetic to. I think that's interesting critique. They took some jabs at people like Joel Osteen and stuff like that. Again, not against it. Um, and most of the action was fine. I mean, again, low budget movie, low budget special effects, but for the most part, I could tell what was happening. It wasn't. I'm not, against low budget in general. I think it can be done well. But the problems in the storytelling. And again, I know they pitched this as the Christian Die Hard. It really did not do them any favors because Die Hard is such a well-made movie from start to finish. But the main character in this one, Laura Bishop, wasn't really for anything. I mean, again, in Die Hard, what you get the sense is that John McClane wants his family back, and that's what he wants. Through everything he does, it's all about his family, in particular his wife Holly, who's in Nakatomi Plaza when it's taken hostage. And so, really, everything he's doing, even though yes, he's a cop and he's trying to stop the bad guys and all that, like at the heart of it, it's all about getting his family back. And Bishop has that as well. She's trying to rescue her daughter, but literally her daughter is never in danger, even though she's in the church when it gets taken over. Um, the first time she shows up on screen, it's with her mom, and their mom gets her out of the building like immediately. So, and then she's also trying to rescue her dad, who's a deacon, but we find out that he gets shot like real early on, and she doesn't even find that out until he dies in her arms. So there's nothing really driving her through most of the movie, and she and the Mr. White, the Hans character, never interact, never have anything that's bringing them together. Certainly not like what you had between Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman in Die Hard, which again was just masterful. So, um, yeah, like theologically, it didn't have anything to say. I think it wanted to be a meditation on why bad things happen to good people, but it was weak in that regard. Um, just this it just wasn't good in all of the wrong ways. It had a lot of promise in the first act. I actually thought I was going to like it a lot more than I did, but no, the reviews are right on. I mean, this just it needed a much stronger script. It and I think it could have been a much better movie. I think the director is pretty competent, obviously can handle a small budget, but yeah, this was pretty painful. So, thank you for giving $500 to Art Stillery so that I had to watch Atone. Well worth supporting Art Stillery, which makes great art, not bad art. So, we're headed into the next Donor's Choice tier pretty quick. But before we get there, I have to watch some movies that some $100 donors gave. So, stay tuned for those next in the Movie Birthday 2020.